Hi everyone! So I thought I'd give you a completely different view of my desk today. I am just planning for tomorrow for the day, and I have some shopping lists to make, so that's what I'm going to be doing on my little quarter or half sheet. And I found some lavender index cards. That's what I'm going to do. But first I wanted to share with you what Polly came home with today. And you know, quite honestly, sometimes the sweetest things are the smallest things. And I don't mean diamonds, although this girl's all blinged out. She didn't look like this, and I'll pop a picture of what she looked like for those of you who don't follow me on Instagram. I already posted a picture of her. So he was picking up a prescription at the pharmacy at CVS and came across this cute little bear attached to a little box of chocolates that was 90% off, and he brought it home. I could care less about the chocolates, but she was so stinking cute. She had a little red bow, and I just exchanged it. I swapped it out for a little purple one. Then I put on this bling, and that's actually one of my toe rings, and some earrings on her. I know I have a tiara somewhere. I just have to find it. So she's all blinged out. I'm going to put her on my desk. But in the meantime, she's going to sit here, keep me company. So I have my Filofax all open, and we're going to be running shopping errands tomorrow. So I need to write down what we need at various places that we're going to tomorrow. I think I'm going to use this Sharpie from the set that I got, the Sharpie pen. And I had done a review. It's a fine tip. Really fine tip. I like that. So, and I thought while you keep me company, we can chat. Like maybe I can answer some questions that have been posed to me. And the first one I think I'm going to tackle is the situation in Ukraine, which is where I was born and raised. I lived there until I was just about 10 and a half. Before we left for the States, before we lived in Austria and Italy, and then came to the States. So I am incensed by what's going on. I never would have thought that that part of the world would have a situation like civil unrest that it's having. I feel terrible for the people who are there, who have to deal with it. I feel terrible for the fact that in 2014, there is still such a disparity between how government is run and what the populace wants and believes in a civilized, educated, articulate, artistically driven country. It just shocks me. And I keep thinking that each time there's a war that breaks out somewhere, someone's going to stand up and start screaming, "Have we learned nothing from the last time this happened?" And yet it happens again and again. And it's, from a logical standpoint, it's completely absurd. It is absurd to have loss of life when there could be discussions, and I know that it's very easy for me to pontificate from, 5,000 miles away in the safety of my home without ever experiencing that, but it breaks my heart. It genuinely breaks my heart to hear people not having necessities and being bound in their, housebound because of fear of going out. All of that just boggles the mind. I would never in a million years would have thought that a former Soviet Union state, which is what Ukraine was, would be in this position today. It's kind of like, well, I live in Connecticut in the United States. It's like thinking, okay, so in 20 years, Connecticut is its own entity and it's fighting with Washington, D.C. It just does not compute. That's as simple as that. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring anyone down, but okay, look at my pretty bear. She's so cute. And for those of you who have followed me for any length of time, know that I'm not one of those, not that there's anything wrong with it, I'm not one of those girls that gets all goofy, excited about stuffed animals. I probably have, I don't know, in my whole life, I've probably had like 10 stuffed animals. And yes, I've missed out, but I just found this one so stinking cute. So, alright, let's get back to tasks at hand. So I have my Costco list. We need toilet paper and paper towels. And then I think we're going to Ocean State. And I'm going to check on their online coupons because I need rice wine vinegar, mirin if they have it, jasmine rice because I don't have any, and I would like to have that on hand. I'm trying to think what else we need. Sugar in the raw cubes. And I'll underline cubes. I need sea salt for a grinder. Polly picked up an emergency supply at Aldi's. I think we need stock. So I need beef, chicken, and veggie. Because I like to use the veggie on Meatless Mondays. I hope you're seeing my... I don't know. I'll watch the video at the end. At least you'll hear me chatting. I mean, it's just a different angle. Let me see if I can lift my light source, if that's any better. Okay, so Ocean State, rice wine vinegar, mirin, jasmine rice, sugar in the raw cubes, sea salt for the grinder, stock, restock on stock. Okay, so that's good. And then I think the last place we're going to is Aldi's. Switch up with the pens. I also have these Le Pens, which are lovely, but they bleed through on Filofax paper, on the plain, the pre-packaged paper. And I'll go with this one. I don't know what color this is because it doesn't say, but they're like, I think they're like 99. I picked them up for 99 cents at AC Moore. So Aldi, we need butter, milk. I have probably picked up chocolate chips last week. Oh, I want cottage cheese. Cottage cheese. Brussels sprouts. Those Brussels sprouts were so good the other day that I roasted in the oven that I thought I could try making little Brussels sprout chips. Moses adored the ones that I gave. You know, I gave a few. I cut off the stuff on the outside. But I thought I could totally make a whole, tray of Brussels sprout chips. Break them all apart and then a little salt, pepper, a little olive oil, and then roast them until they get crispy. It'd be like kale, but little tiny Brussels sprouts, so that'd be good. Alright, so butter, milk, cottage cheese, Brussels sprouts. I have cream for my coffee. I haven't been drinking a lot of coffee, which is fine. We have peanut butter for Polly's work sandwiches. I have that Italian bread that he loves at Pepperidge Farms with the sesame seeds on it. So I think that might be all we need for that. I'll check. Oh, and then we need to go to our produce place. And that's the Interproduce. I'm sorry if you find this boring, which probably is, but at least we're just kind of hanging out and chatting. Oh, I can give you an update on Polly's test results. He got the results of his CAT scan. And it's good news. It's not his appendix, it's not his gallbladder, it's not his kidneys, it's not his pancreas, and there's not a perforation in his intestines. There was an inflammation which is being treated with a course of antibiotics, and hopefully that will take care of it. He is not in pain anymore. He's not in discomfort. Occasionally he feels a little pressure, but the doctor said that will go away. So thank you for everybody who was asking how he is doing. He is doing much, much better. And, you know, he's been to work. I mean, he's been working. It's just he's able to sleep through the night without waking up in excruciating pain, which is always a good thing. Alright, so in it produce, I know we need dill, parsley, cucumbers, oranges, bananas, scallions. And these are like the standard things that I like to pick up because I could pretty much whip out a meal out of whatever we have on hand in the fridge, freezer, pantry, but I like to have fresh herbs and fresh veggies. I'm pretty sure we need lettuce. Tomatoes are really not good at this time of year. I'd rather wait for the non-crunchy ones. Although cherry tomatoes are pretty much the only ones that still are as close to vine ripen as possible. So let's see, dill, parsley, cucumbers, oranges, bananas, scallions, lettuce. Oh, kefir cheese. Kefir cheese. And the rest we'll just have to take a look and see. I have to check I'm pretty sure. Oh, I think Polly requested scalloped potatoes for tomorrow, but I think I have enough potatoes, so, and I already have cheese. So I think that's enough for that. So that is it for the shopping lists, which helps. And I think that's it. Oh, I'll put these in my little second tab. Oh, for whoever said that they cringed when I pulled apart my rings, I guess I'm just not that. That doesn't freak me out. They're nice and tight. There's no gap. And this is the file effects that Polly gave me for holidays this past year. So, yeah. I have to, update on the girls. I better write that down before I forget. There were 2 broken eggs today, and I busted who's eating them, and it's Yaitza, the one that lost a lot of weight after Nugget died, after Nugget was killed. I did save a green egg, but there were 2 brown eggs that were damaged, so what I usually do is I cross them off, and I cleaned up the spot where the broken eggs were, so as a deterrent. But Paulie said he had a stern talking to Omelette about it, and said that if she doesn't stop eating the eggs, he's going to put her out in the cold. He'll never do that, but, you know, metaphorically. So, yep. So that I think I'm done with the stuff I needed to do for tomorrow for our shopping excursion. I already have my list for Dollar Tree, and I know I need to, and we're going to Enfield tomorrow, so that has the Costco, Dollar Tree, or, you know, a couple of doors down, and Ocean State is around the corner, so we'll be able to handle everything in one shopping trip, which is always I find beneficial. And then when we head back home, we'll swing by Interproduce and pick up the veggies there. So I think Polly requested scalloped potatoes because we have a ham he brought home last week that's in the fridge. I'm going to try to soak it in some hot water to leach out some of that saltiness out of it, and then I'll just dice it up and maybe saute it to make it crispy, kind of like a pancetta, and add that to the scalloped potatoes. And I think I'm going to make it slightly differently. I'm going to make a bechamel with milk and flour mixture. I really like this cute little bear. I have no idea. I think I was, after my little not so thrilling Valentine's Day, I was really touched that Polly picked this up, because you know what? Sometimes it's not the grandiose gestures that leave an impression with me. It's the little things like this, because I find them more thoughtful and sweet than something big and ostentatious. Plus, I knew I had bling, so I dressed her up. So I think I'm going to make that it for today for the vlog. I know, not really exciting, but you know what? I signed on to do one every day, and I did not want to miss a day. So tomorrow what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave my camera charged up in my leave it in my office to charge, and I will bring you guys along so you could see some of our little adventures. I'll obviously stop by more than just the locations at Ocean State that we need. Oh, that's the other thing that I need to do. I need to go online and check to see if there's any coupons that I would like to use. And since I'm in my office, I'll just do that here rather than from my computer in the living room. And that's going to be it for me for today. Don't forget to thumbs up. Thumbs up. It's free for you and it helps me out. And her thumbs up. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for watching.